Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. We've got an unboxing day today, but our big story is I haven't bought a lot of things on eBay lately because it just seems everything I get off of there has some sort of undisclosed issue, but you miss out on a lot of really cool guitars. So I just happened to check eBay one day and I saw this thing just completely listed as the wrong thing. It's kind of funny because when the new Slash series got announced, I had a feeling some people might confuse the older ones with these newer ones in enough time, so they could have done their due diligence and figured out exactly what they had. But instead, I was able to pick up a pretty cool deal on this one.
And to be completely fair here, both of the guitars have about the same value right now. But if somebody bought this thinking it was the brand new version, they would have been highly upset with this guy.
But they did a pretty good job packing this. If you ever have extra cardboard, you can make your single wall box turn into a double wall box. But the other reason why I wanted to buy this is I was curious if I would actually get the guitar that was in the photos or not. So kind of a calculated risk on this one, but judging by the case, I think I am getting the guitar that was advertised. Yep, there we go. So this is one of the older Slash models that was advertised as a brand new 2020 guitar. Now normally that would be a bad thing, and I was scared what would happen to the used value of these older Slash models if it was the same color that they just reissued. So like those Anaconda Burst ones, they seem to have held value okay, but now you have the competition of a brand new one being this price, so it's kind of leveled off the market there. But this is actually a color that I've actually reviewed before, and they have not reissued this exact one. This is something that would look... What is going on there? But as I was saying, this is a color that looks like they've just reissued it. I think they called it November Burst, but this is not, that's not what that color is. This is that vintage sunburst or something like that. I mean, you could check out this review and demo. I tell you all about this one, but this is more of like a natural burst. It just has a very, very light yellow color to it, and it doesn't come through in photos that well. But out of all the Slash signatures, it has to be one of my favorites that I've had, because you really don't see this color on anything else. Uh-oh. Looks like our switch tip got broken. That's why, guys. That's why you take them off every single time. But yeah, sweet little eBay find here. As long as our truss rod's good, we should have no issues. Yep, everything's good there. So you guys can check this out on my Reverb shop. The case candy for this is kind of weird. We've got a custom shop that belonged to a, looks like a 2012 Les Paul custom, as well as the Sweetwater case candy to it. So hey, if you own custom shop CS 202031, I guess let me know, because that does not belong with this guitar. Neither do these strange magnets. Oh wait, what? Oh, oh man, looking through that, I was like, is that what I think it is? What? This is really rare. Why is it with this guitar? I feel bad. This was probably like some dude's guitar and he died and his family didn't know anything about guitars, probably took it to the shop, just sold it as is. Why does this have a government series certificate of authenticity? I think this is actually a series 1. This is actually worth quite considerable amount of money just on its own. So yeah, I guess if you need a COA for your original government series, I'll put this on Reverb too. I just thought maybe it was a Slash COA, because I think these might have came with them, but it wasn't like an official COA, so most people don't expect them. That was an unexpected surprise. Okay. Well, if nothing else, this is more motivation for me to keep looking on eBay. I mean, there's a lot of scams on eBay. You gotta be careful with what you buy. But that's the thing. People who sell on eBay normally don't know as much about guitars as on Reverb. On Reverb, you're paying for a certain item because you want that item and you want to buy it from somebody who's a little bit more knowledgeable on gear. That's the way I look at it anyways, because not everybody who's just selling a guitar for the first time knows that Reverb exists, but they do know about eBay. But now, moving on to the sponsor of today's episode, we're going to talk about Lug Guitars. So I actually mentioned this company back on my now new #1 video, where we were talking about doing an unboxing or maybe even a video review of one of their mini guitars. And that was that scam video when I got that tiny little guitar, because I had thought that they had sent it to me. But no, it's taken that long for us to finally come up with something here. But this is a company that makes guitars for children. Not just children, I mean anybody who's really learning guitar could use one of these. Depends on how big your hands are and stuff. But the main demographic are younger guitar players. And inside here, we have one of their acoustic models. Now they also make electric guitars, but unfortunately they are currently out of stock, so they just sent me these acoustic versions. So our first one here is kind of like a surf green style one, and it just appears to be a pretty basic style little guitar that's kind of, you know, a smaller size built for children. But what's unique about Loog is they not only make the 6-string version, this is like the higher end, but they also have a 3-string. So it's a pretty basic construction here. It is set neck, so it's not bolt-on or anything like that. They're not ridiculously expensive. I mean, it depends if you're going acoustic or electric, 6-string versus 3-string, but I'll let you guys check out their website if you're interested in picking one of these things up. The neck feels considerably rounded. It looks like we get a little instruction manual here too. Oh, that's cool. Looks like there were some picks in there. They show you how to tune your guitar. It's like a little flashcard system here. And they have this whole app. I think that's the whole big deal behind buying one of these things. I mean, not only do you have these flashcards, that is nice that they give you the flashcards. I was not expecting this. But I believe this is all within the app as well. And they can also help teach you songs and things like that. So it's definitely geared for younger children who are just wanting to start to learn to play because they see daddies playing guitar. So I'll probably keep this one around just for my kids to bang around on. I actually really like this flashcard system. That's nice because I don't always want my kids in front of an iPad and whatnot. So if you guys are interested in winning one of these Loog guitars, you can visit my website and sign up for my mailing list. I will pick a winner directly from there for this particular giveaway. All right, moving on here. I got a couple of packages from AMS, American Musical Supply. But this one actually comes via my new Guitar Day purchase system. So you can check out that on my website as well when you're signing up for that giveaway. But inside here, looks like we got something from Epiphone. Let's go ahead and get it out and see what it is. Is it one of the new 2020 models? I actually don't think so on this one. Let's go ahead and get it up here and get it unboxed. It's a rather large box, so you know it's not a Les Paul. It's got to be something a little bit more special than that. Inside here is an Explorer. But you're going to notice there's something a little bit special about this Explorer. Oh, that looks nice. Something about the way the Epiphone logo is at the top instead of along the side makes it look super fancy. So this is actually one of the Carina reissue Epiphones. I think this is actually kind of the end run of these guys. AMS does a bunch of limited runs of some pretty cool stuff. I know at this point in time, I think that's the only place you can get the brand new Voodoo Juju type series. But I like the fretboard on this one. I'm not quite sure what the material is. I'll have to clean it up and make sure everything's good here. But I believe this is actually supposed to be made of Carina, and that's the whole special part of this. And I guess it does have a 2020 serial number on it and everything, but it is not part of like the original collection or anything. So you guys can look forward to a review on this one soon so I can get it out to its rightful owner here. It's pretty chunky. Definitely heavier than my last Epiphone Explorer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Looks like we got some cracking by the nut right here, so I guess we'll have to get a replacement on this one. We got that on the side too, dang. Oh well. I was definitely a little bit worried when I saw that the headstock had fallen down and this part broke. And honestly, I blame it on Epiphone's packaging. They don't have enough to prevent these guys from moving. Well, that's a little bit of a buzzkill for opening this one, but that's why you buy from a dealer. If something does happen, they can easily replace it for you. Now, that one I'm a little bit worried about, though, because with it being limited edition and being towards the end of the run, we might have to wait for the next portions to come in. But inside here is something that goes with that, so this isn't going to be much of an unboxing because this is just the case for that. I had actually meant to unbox this one first, but silly me, I thought the heavier box would be the guitar, not the other way around. And this is a really chunky case. I would probably, personally myself, go with one of the smaller, like light hard shell cases, like the one that SKB makes, because that's a little bit less of a profile and it's lighter in weight. But this looks like it's got some good padding right here. It's pretty rigid foam as well. It's got some heel support. Made in China, but you know, for the price of these things, they're actually pretty good, because Explorer cases can get really pricey, but these guys are actually pretty reasonable. I think 129 bucks. That's pretty good, even if you have to put a Gibson Explorer in here. But now that our unboxing fun is done, let's go ahead and box some stuff up. I'm definitely glad somebody ordered this through my new Guitar Day program, because that video, I'm recording this like 3 or 4 hours after releasing it, and it appears to be doing really well. So Ed O'Brien with Radiohead. This thing, my first experience with the Sustainer pickup, I was kind of getting the hang of it at the end. I had some fun doing that little ghosty edit. I'm glad some other people appreciated that. I figured instead of just having a segment where it's like just long drawn out, most people are like, what is this guy doing? I thought I would show you what I was envisioning in my head. And I love the fact that I can do that with editing. And now we need to say goodbye to one of the forgotten Epiphones. Man, I just got so far behind, I ordered too many guitars. I think I learned my lesson this year that I need to be a little bit pickier with what I actually buy to do the full reviews and demos on when it comes to these brand new guitars, because I'm only a one-guy team right now. I can only make so many reviews and demos. So unfortunately, I had to axe this Explorer one because, well, the one that I unboxed today, we're going to review that one. But overall, this is a pretty cool little guitar here. I mean, if you're interested in an Explorer. But the reason why I decided to, not do this review after all is because, I mean, Epiphone has made these style Explorers for a while. I think the only difference will probably be like the electronics within them, because I think they switched these guys to CTS pots, unless this is one of the ones that doesn't have that. Yeah, that's a nice little Explorer for $5.99. Let's go ahead and get this to its happy new home.
I've got to say, I don't think I want to buy any more Epiphone Explorers. We're 0 for 2 on these guys. Gosh. You guys know I packed these things well, too. I blame that Epiphone box. There's not enough headstock clearance on that.
Now we get to finish up that trade. This Randall Satan amp did not take long to sell at all. I had people kind of fighting over it. I had a feeling that it was kind of a cult classic that was hard to find, so that was kind of what I was expecting. I thought it was actually a pretty nice amp, despite, being like a heavy metal type thing. But signature amp of Ola England, I guess they really only did a very small run of this. But I hate shipping amps because there's a lot of stuff you have to do. And normally I'll take the tubes out, but it appears that this one is designed in such a way that I think the tubes are actually safer within the amp because they have all those little metal capsules over it, so they're not going to move. And our big power tubes there, they look like they're held into place pretty well with those springs. So I could be wrong, but I believe it's actually just best to leave this one as is. Because sometimes I think that's a reason why some of these tube amps don't work when they arrive, is people don't know what they're doing when they're putting the tubes back in. And it arrived to me safely the first time with the tubes in it, so with that super pack job that I get to recreate now, I think we'll be okay. I'm a little nervous though, because it is going to California, which is a good, 4 or 5 days in transit. But hey, that's what Reverb shipping protection's for, right? Now to finish off that trade, we have to pack up the Axe FX3. This was a great little kit, great if you want to do some recording, definitely for practicing. I definitely enjoyed this thing a little bit more than that Spark amp, and it has a lot of options and a lot of like downloading of presets. I barely even scratched the surface on this thing, but I'm glad I was able to try this out.
Thank you, Troglodytes, for tuning into this boxing unboxing episode. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sign up for my mailing list for your chance to win one of these 6-string Lou guitars, and we will see you on the next episode. Take care.